Hey everybody, good afternoon. Been wanting to make this video, but I was going to the Florida Realtors midwinter meeting and got a couple of those videos put out, and I figured let me go ahead and work on this while I have a little bit of downtime, because this is an important one. For those of you that have never chimed in or viewed my channel before, my name is Roy Caballo. I'm the broker owner of Caballo's Realty Referrals, a couple of brokerages here in Southwest Florida. I try to put out educational content. My channel's not about selling anything. I don't have any sponsors or anything like that. So my channel's really about educating consumers, buyers and sellers, educating new agents, putting out good information for my brothers and sisters in uniform, those folks that are veterans, active duty, because that's who we are. I'm a veteran. My wife is a veteran. And had to get this video out because of all the things that are going on in current affairs right now, today, that, believe it or not, actually do have some relevance with regards to what's going on in the world today. So with that in mind, hold on a minute. Karma. Shh. For those of you that don't know, that's my four-legged buddy, Karma, right? So he may get a little loud here for a second. Current affairs. Let me utter that word that's probably going to set some of you off, and let me put the disclaimer in here first. I'm not a real estate attorney, nor do I play one on TV. I do know a couple of two or three really great real estate attorneys. I am not trying to offer any kind of real estate advice. I am going to give you some information based off of what's on the current Florida FAR contract, the as is, because that's statistically the most used contract unless you're buying something brand new from a builder or something like that. But the information I'm going to give you comes from the Florida Realtors FAR or the residential contract, and it's relative to what's going on today. The rest of the disclaimer: don't post anything about Democrat, don't post anything about Republican, don't post anything about Libertarian. That's not what this video is about. This video is about how the actions in Venezuela could affect Florida real estate. Some of you are saying, what? How does that work? Okay, so let me read to you directly from the Florida contract. All right, this is from the Florida as is version 7 contract dated December of 2024. And if you look on page 13, it specifically says I'm going to read it right off the document because I don't want to mess this up. Conveyance to foreign buyers. Okay. Part 3 of Chapter 692, Statute 692.201 to 692.205, Florida statutes. So we're talking about Florida law, right? This is real deal. This is not something you can just willy-nilly throw away. Florida statutes 2023. The Act, in part, limits and regulates the sale, purchase, and ownership of certain Florida properties by certain buyers who are associated with a foreign country of concern. Listen up, right? And this is mostly for newer agents. There are probably some older agents that don't get it either, but I would like the newer agents to stay out of trouble if at all possible, right? So this is mostly to them, but consumers, you can by all means listen in, right? Foreign countries of concern, namely the People's Republic of China, the Russian Federation, the Islamic Republic of Iran, current affairs, things going on there, right? The Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the Republic of Cuba, got some things going on there, right? I mean, that's current affairs. It's going on right now. The Venezuelan regime of Nicolas Maduro, big time current affairs, right? Or the Syrian Arab Republic. In bold, it is a crime to buy or knowingly sell property in violation of the Act. It goes on to say, a little bit more at the bottom, at the time of purchase, buyer must provide a signed affidavit which complies with the requirements of the Act. Sellers and buyers are advised to seek legal counsel, right? Let me say that again. Sellers and buyers are advised to seek legal counsel regarding their respective obligations and liabilities under the Act. For you new agents out there, right, that haven't ever dealt with this before, right? Number one, you should be going to your broker. That's the first place you should go to for legal questions, your broker, right? Because you guys should be like this. Number two, if your broker doesn't have the answer, shame on your broker, and you should be calling Florida Realtors Legal Hotline. Now, for you consumers listening in, you guys don't have access to that. For those of us that are realtors, that are a member of a board, that is one of the benefits that we get by virtue of payment of our fees to our boards. We get access to the Florida Realtors Legal Hotline. It is an amazing tool. I will put the I'll put the phone number down in the comments below. But the gist of this, the meat and potatoes of this, we do not have the ability to just willy-nilly, I know I used that before, to just strike through that block. There's Florida statute that's directly connected to this. Get it out of your head. Well, the de facto president, I use that term carefully, Mr. Maduro is in custody. Hasn't been tried, hasn't been convicted, and the regime still exists even though he's in custody. The regime is still there. This does have some offshoots towards, could politically affect Cuba, right? There could be, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people that were either displaced and went to another country or may want to go back to the country. This is in the Florida contract. This could come into play. Don't just discard this and say, oh, he's in custody, it's okay, we're not going to worry about it. Don't do that. Talk to your broker. Use the Florida Realtors Legal Hotline. Your title company has to get this affidavit, because in the Florida statute it doesn't specifically mention realtors. It does say that there has to be an affidavit done. Usually the title companies take care of that affidavit for us, right, that affirms the information that was in there. We can't discard this. You can't take a pen and go initial here, initial here. Consumers, whatever your political thoughts are, throw those away, right? That's not what this is about. Consumers, how does this affect you with your buying, your selling, your what's going on? Should it bring up concerns? I don't know. Depends, right? There's a lot to think about. And I'm going to say this several times. Talk to your broker. If you're not talking to your broker, talk to Florida Realtors Legal Hotline. I talked to Juana Watkins, who is the, she is the source of the source of the source when it comes to legal affairs for Florida realtors. And she agreed with me that this is one of those subject to change, wait and see till whatever happens, happens. We continue with the status quo and we continue to function in our normal routine real estate dealings. But this is in the Florida contracts, and it's something that should be in everybody's mind when they're doing transactions. A lot in a short period of time. So I'm gonna say, if you got questions, if you're not sure, if you are an agent that isn't getting the information that you feel like you should be getting, well, maybe you're with the wrong brokerage. Kind of just saying, sorry about that. Give me a call, give me a shout after you've spoken with your broker. If you are a buyer or seller and you have questions, please reach out to me. I'm super easy to get a hold of, and I love to teach. I just was approved for 2 more classes by Florida Realtors. I was approved for FHA VA financing. I was approved for core law. Super excited to expand my catalog of courses that I'm allowed to teach. And on that note, I'm going to let you think about everything I just put out, because it was a lot in a relatively short period of time. Roy Caballo, broker owner, Caballo's Realty. Got questions? Shoot me a text, an email. I'm on like 8 different social media platforms. My number is 863-441-3295. I'm here in Southwest Florida. If I can help you, give me a shout. We will be in touch on another video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.